Next question is from Fabi. What MAPS program do you recommend for bulking and cutting?
All of them.
Yeah.
Bulking and cutting is this is a feature of diet, not the workout. They're not a feature of the workout. The workout itself, you're seeking physical adaptations, so athletic performance improvements, strength, and then, of course, the side effect, muscle, more stamina, more endurance. Your diet will determine whether you cut or bulk. Now, that being said, I will say this. You probably want to, if you're trying to cut, you probably want to gear your workout towards building muscle during a cut because that'll minimize the muscle loss that happens with a cut. That can inevitably happen, especially if you're experienced with a cut. But besides that, like, I could bulk on MAPS Anabolic. I could cut on MAPS Anabolic. I could bulk on MAPS Aesthetic. I could cut on MAPS Aesthetic. I could do that with any of our programs. It's really about your diet, whether or not you're eating a surplus or a deficit.
Yeah, I picked that because it is a common question, and people kind of want to know what's the best like pairing with that. I mean, there are situations where, say, like MAPS Powerlift, for instance, like I probably wouldn't be on a cut doing that just because the program is kind of driven towards like how you're increasing your strength and how we can kind of deliberately measure that, and we're using percentages, and it's very numerical in that sense. So, but all the rest of them, I mean, it's pretty fair game. And plus, to the point you're making of muscle preservation being the one focus in a deficit, I never really thought of it in that regard when I was like in athletics and kind of going through and like having to maintain a certain weight. I wish I would have thought of it like that instead of just focusing more on the overall calorie burn and going in that direction. A lot more beneficial if you're trying to build up your physique and maintain muscle mass to be in a cut and have your program reflect that.
Yeah, I think we get this question a lot because people want to hear the science and what it says in regards to what is more advantageous in a cut. What type of training with a cut is more advantageous? What type of training is more advantageous for a bulk? And then how does that line up with our programs? And so I think that's why we get it all the time. But the truth is that the difference between those is so slim that the thing that matters most is the psychological part.
Mindset.
So what I encourage people that ask this question is to do both, meaning run MAPS Anabolic one time and run it in primarily in a cut. Run MAPS Anabolic one time and run it in a bulk. Pay attention to how you feel in each one of the phases and compare it to the opposite. So, and then let that be the driver of how you utilize that program, whether you use it in a cut or not, because there's advantages and benefits on both sides of the argument for, running anabolic in a cut or a bulk. And so, and I also think that a lot of this is because the marketing side of the fitness space, right? There's so many people that are like, this is the program for getting shredded, or this is the program for doing, for this. Like, and because we've marketed to people for so long that way, people really think that like there's, a way you're supposed to eat based off of that. And it's really more dependent on the individual and more so on the psychological part, less of the physiological part.
Yeah, look at it this way. When you're looking at a workout program, find a workout program that is geared towards the adaptations you're looking for: strength, mobility, stamina, endurance, and then adjust your diet according to whether or not you want to burn body fat or gain. And that'll lead you better than trying to pick the best workout for bulking or the best workout for cutting. Now, I know we're being very general here. Like, obviously, the program that builds the most muscle would be the best for bulking. But I'll argue again, the program that builds the most muscle probably be the best for cutting too, because it's going to prevent the muscle loss. So it's diet. Look at diet when it comes to losing body fat or gaining weight or losing weight, and look at workouts as a way to improve or to aim for athletic performance types of adaptations.